Awesome. We are here today with Yusuf Ertabek, current agency owner. He's doing about 35K a month, was it, Yusuf?
Yeah, 30, 35.
And we are just here to scale his offer to 250 a month using just LinkedIn. I'm going to go through his offer today. I'm going to suggest what I think would be really good, and then just a couple of best practices and overall what's working in the market. So, Yusuf, thanks for taking the time today. Let's get straight into it, brother.
Let's do it, man.
Awesome. Sweet. Well, we always want to start off whenever we're looking at a business. We just want to see the main drivers. We want to see what the business really is doing. So in terms of what's the service you provide?
Performance marketing, full stack, anything from the content creation to the lead generation to the CRM to even some of the sales consulting now too.
Cool. So you would say you're typically in the most base aspect of you're a marketing agency.
Yeah.
Awesome. And your ICP, Yusuf?
Ophthalmologists, essentially eye surgeons. Don't confuse it with ophthalmologists. They work with kind of optics and contact lenses. We work with the surgeons, so ophthalmologists.
Okay. Perfect. So eye surgeons, very specific niche. We like that. And what's kind of the results you promised them?
Right now, it's 30 consultations a month for their cash pay services guaranteed on their EMR system.
Okay, perfect. So that's 30 consults a month. And you have a guarantee?
That is the guarantee.
Okay. It's a performance guarantee, I'm assuming?
Yeah. Meaning if we don't get
if you don't
consults,
achieve,
it's free.
you continue working for free.
Yeah.
Performance guarantee. Awesome. Sweet. I think that's like, and you've been doing it a while. Clearly, even at 35K a month, you guys are clearly doing well and understand the market.
Yep. Yeah. I mean, I've been in clinics. I've been in operating rooms. I know what I'm doing when it comes to the marketing side. Just got to bring on more clinics.
Awesome. So the main goal for this is just to ideally make you the go-to expert on LinkedIn first. Obviously, all the other places can come second, just so we can bump up more clients, higher quality clients, and everything from that aspect. So let me just do a quick audit of your LinkedIn. Obviously, I know you haven't done too much in terms of keeping in touch. I know you have a lot of other different paid acquisition channels that you guys have been doing well with. But yeah, if I were to look at your LinkedIn right away, I love the picture with Eddie. I think it's a good touch. But end of the day, we always want to do a picture. I'm going to use my own profile as like a keen example. Obviously, there's better, but there's a lot worse. Right away, I obviously do. I'm in the AI space, so I do kind of like an AI-inspired picture with a bright background. And the bright background isn't just to come off like every other influencer. It's actually a very key reason is on DM messages. Do you see how almost everybody has either a confusing background, a selfie, or a very dull background? You almost can't notice anyone. First guy I noticed was this guy, and he has like a kind of a basic blue background. This does wonders in terms of open rate, in terms of when people see it, it's very noticeable. And what I do is if I have a very bright background, my banner picture is going to just have a slight accent to that. And that helps with the symmetry of our eyes. So typically, if the format is cleaner, people perceive it as higher value and people view it as more consistent. And that's what people are looking at when they're looking to work with a service provider like you or myself. They really want to see that that consistency in the presentation because that's what they think they're going to get. Apart from that, hey, great that you run Keep Up Media. I think we've had this conversation before, but I would also make it into a specific company for ophthalmologists, like Opto Launch or whatever. I think we've had those ideas. And then the banner's wasted here. The banner should be this: become the go-to clinic in your city, and then having these as features. So you see in mine, I'll say, hey, this is what I kind of repeat what we do, but it could be building custom AI for companies that scale. So they kind of know, or custom AI for companies that scale would work as well. I put the voice agents, the dashboards, the custom web apps there. You could do the exact same with your banner, and it would have the same impact. But it would just, all we want to do is, this is like your cover letter. This is like if somebody gets a message from you, they search up your name, they want to land on and know. So I like the attempt at this. What I would do is for like the for this headline is I would do helping world-class clinics scale and become #1 in their city, for example. Like for mine, it's very simple. It's scaling world-class custom companies with the AI. I say my result and then I say my mechanism. But you could say like creating world-class medical clinics or ophthalmology clinics through full stack marketing. It's okay that your mechanism is a classic thing because that's what we want people to know when they're working with you is what are they getting, right? So when they work with me, for example, they know they're getting custom AI, whether that's a voice agent, whether that's a dashboard, but the clarity there. And then right here, I like the featured section of it being a bit more like a VSL type, but we might want to keep this as featured, but we might want to add in something like this, where they can work with you. Like for mine, they can join my accelerator or they can work with my actual studio itself, but very clear outcomes that if they get a message, they check out your profile, there's an easy way for them to work with you. Right now, if I were to go in, I kind of just go on to some long post and then I click a link back onto, which I think this is optimized. I'm not going to comment on this. I'm not a landing page expert, but in my opinion, I think this is about as optimized as it gets. But I would like to listen, like if I'm already on your profile and going through it, I would like a way that it goes directly onto a landing page. So if we said here, for example, it would be like, are you an ophthalmology clinic that wants to scale or wants to become #1 in their city? Click here, straight to lander. All the others should just push the landers. And what I've noticed, like with posts, I think you put in a lot of good value here because you are so in depth and working in it. What we realize is the LinkedIn audience is stupid. You could almost argue that they're retarded. But what they want is the hook to be amazing. They want it to be more specific. So in this one, like if I were to say, hey, ophthalmologist, I like the call out there, the 1 cm retrieve. If you even made this like 31% or 32%, it would be a lot more believable. But like an example post for you would be something like here, if I were to write it out for you, it would be something like this. It would be, and this would be kind of like your golden post, would be, we've done crazy number. People just want to hear something out of this world. They don't care about little numbers. No matter how inflated it is, we've done 3.6 million in new patient revenue. New patient revenue for ophthalmology clinics in 2026. Here's what works. And that method is so good because value is either bought, it's either earned through time. And I can show you an example of mine. Like I haven't wrote posts in like 2 months, and my first post back, we got around 20,000 impressions. We almost got 1,000 comments on it. Wow. And mine was, hey, I made X amount in short amount of time with what I do. So I spent 86 hours building this full doc to show you exactly how. And then my thumbnail, which in YouTube it would be like, this would be the title, this would be the thumbnail, is a quick video of me just talking and going through. Why it works is this is a very high-end video too. I recorded, I know you're the big camera guy, but even on my Sony EV10, compared to the rest of the market, like they'll appreciate this. It comes off as value. I go through the guide here too, so it really shows them. LinkedIn used to be all about showing everything quick and being baity, but that's if you want low-quality people. If you want high-quality people, like you're still gonna have to make big claims, but the supplementary material might have to be a bit more. So what you
is
could
this
do
video hosted on LinkedIn or Wistia?
I hosted it on LinkedIn itself. So I just copied it and then I downloaded it and I just uploaded it as media. But I'll show you a really good method that I think works really well, and it would work really well for you.
Jeez, my buddy.
Yeah. Things like this. Things like this work really well with face swaps. Here's what we did for some clients. The full AI system for right now, like you could definitely be using AI more in your messaging just because it's very hot. But the full AI system for optometrists, ophthalmology clinics. Like I did one for dentists and it did about 1,000 comments again. And obviously what we're selling them with the comment here, if I can, this method would work really well for you. This kind of book, like the ultimate guide on how to land 30 or how to get 30 clients a month with your method. With, call it the patient flywheel system. I know you have a specific thing you would like to call it.
Yeah, patient flywheel.
But you are just trying to push your propaganda in the same way like I push AI Venture Studio propaganda. I don't even call it an AI agency because I don't think that's what it is. But I'm consistently, and the goal is not to go viral on all of them. That's almost impossible and you'll get very disheartened. The goal is to always have something and then always push them onto a page. Like for example, I push them onto my main page here, which is obviously collect their information, but I'll go on how to launch an AI studio 2026. And clients love this, students love this. You really want to get valuable with it. And I made this with Claude for the most part. Obviously, I got Claude to help a lot with the formatting, but obviously I did a voice dump. I went through. That's what we kind of want. Your clients want to see value firsthand and then realize you're the guy to provide it. And it's tough because the page isn't optimized. So they might just think like, oh, this guy's good. He runs an agency, but he doesn't care. So like as a marketing company, if I were to work with a marketer, I'd love to see their work first, but I love to see how they present themselves and how solution specific they are. And I think that's what you're lacking. Because I mean, listen, to even get to like above 10K a month clearly means you know something about client acquisition. To get to 30 means like your operations are good, people aren't churning off. And that's what we want this to reflect. So in terms of the type of posts, I'd say there's like 3 levels. So post types here.
Do you create multiple lead magnets or just one?
I honestly, at the start, I'd vary it and create a bunch. But even now, like, bro, you could genuinely go in here and...
Well, I mean, we booked, I'll tell you this. One metric that sticks out is our cost per showed appointment right now is 72 USD on average for the clinics we work with. But also we booked like last month for one of our clinics, 84 appointments. So like just highlighting one of those KPIs and then making that kind of book template and a lead magnet around that.
Yeah, well, like you have to think, what are the types of lead magnets? There's guides, there's templates, there's frameworks, there's software setups. Like you have to think like, what is your end user going to be using the most, or what are they most in need of? Is, hey, this ad for you, because you guys have run so much volume and you guys have run millions of ads. The main thing that's going to help is, hey, here's the 10 ad creatives working for these type of clinics. Why? We got this much ROAS, or we got this much clients off of one ad creative. Here's how to create it. Here's how to build it. Here's how to record it. The more in-depth you can get into that, then they're going to just be sure you're the guy to go for it. And I feel like that's what agencies kind of think like, hey, that's our secret sauce. Someone's going to copy it. Bro, to be honest, if you're the guy that invented it and you fully understand it to the level you do, they're still going to want to work with you. But people, especially in your niche, which is the medical niche, like we're in healthcare in our area of Venture Studio, they want to be sure. They're all about being sure, like too sure, obviously. But they're not just they're value-driven people. They're not just looking for testimonials and case studies. They want to see the value up front because they're studious people. They did a lot of work to get through medical school, and they don't mind reading a bunch of stuff that makes sense to them. Because that's what you want to do. You want to convince the client that it makes sense to them rather than having to just shove like a bunch of case studies or shove referrals down their throat. Because then that feels low-key forced. But what I would do for your like base level lead magnet, I could probably have a guide, or I just send them straight over to the VSL or create kind of like a evergreen VSL of like how to do marketing for ophthalmology clinics. Get 30 patients a month, which is your end goal, and you know exactly how to show it and go through it. So that's what I'd be the most on. We're obviously going to hand you off to our LinkedIn designer, and he's going to be able to kind of get a overall like a vision on it. But apart from that, I'd say like you guys are doing a lot of the good stuff. You guys get it compared to most agencies that we've seen. I would say though, it has to be clear. It has to be more to the point. That's it.
Got it. More clear. I need to tap in with your guy for that banner, eh?
Yeah, let me give you a connection. But if you could send a bit more pictures, we can get like a overall vision of how we want it, how to go through it. But in terms of if I were to give you like a straight guide, there's something we have in our accelerator. I do like sharing this, but you need something like a swipe file basically that you can do 3 types of posts. You can do the personal stories, you can do the technical posts, and then the lead magnets.
Yeah, you know what I was thinking of? Because like right now, when I post, it's literally off of like a real experience. Like I'll see like some kind of KPI or something that sticks out. And then for the lead magnets, I'm going to start posting, which by the way, I'm going to post some reels on the Keep Up Media page of me. Should they go on LinkedIn as well? What do you think?
As much as you can shove on LinkedIn without it becoming off as generic. But no, LinkedIn is just a game of hook. Everything that performs well is just a hook game. And the quicker you can be to realize that and understand how to write good hooks, the rest of the post doesn't matter. Because they should know and to comment just based off of the hook and the picture. So for this, like everyone's kind of abusing this clotbot trend pretty heavily, which is fine. I'm never one to abuse the trend because I find you just get bracketed into other people's stuff. Whereas this is really good. 110 landing pages, 10 plus industries, a masterclass for Shopify brands, and then he just does like a screen zoom of how it looks like. You can already tell what you're getting with this, right?
Yeah.
That's what you want to do. You'd want to do a Miro board with like, hey, messaging templates, CRM structure, boom, and just go through and be like, here's the ultimate system for ophthalmologists to make $2 million a month, or to hit $1 million a month, or to get an extra 30. Like that, numbers really lead on LinkedIn. The posts that do well, they have very number heavy. This one's very easy. Nano Banana make UGC in VO3 is AI UGC at scale. Instead of paying 25K, use a simple workflow, and then it shows all the examples. Really good, really simple. No, this guy knows all this stuff. But corny stuff like this doesn't really do much. The way LinkedIn works too, all the text gets cut off after the second line. So people like kill me when they do like 3-line hooks, like 2-line hooks. It just doesn't work. This doesn't work. There's no point. But you could do a 3-line hook, if I'm not mistaken. I used to do 3-line hooks, and those worked really well.
Gotta get this fucking profile picture sorted. Did you see I had an AI one up for a little bit, but I took
it wasn't good. You want to make it cinematic. You want to make it. We'll get it. Just send me pictures of you, and I'll get the designer to go through it.
Yeah.
But even posts like this, they get less.
The personal ones.
Personal ones, a bit of personality is really good. That's it. That's what I'd say. Like, let's work together on the actual writing next time. But let's get your profile like set up, and then I'd say.